But nevertheless, he picks up a paycheck, and here we go again. Paul Smith quickly folding his hand. And now John, the Razor fan, has picked up another pair of jacks.
Can't do a lot about that one.
Not really.
It was standard from everyone.
You're halfway in there already. You can fold now.
I was just making sure because I was on TV. I snapped that off any other time.
Nice hand. The fish hooks, they're called. You'll have to get a few fish on the line here. Let's see if he can do it. He's going to bet 145,000.
145, kid.
45. All right, into Zach Clark, who's got a nothing 10-5. Folds it.
Mikey Wynn going out.
Now Amit, oh, look at this. He's got the mother of all poker hands, pair of aces.
He's picked him up in the big blind, exactly where you like to have him. Amit Makija, an online poker legend. At 23 years of age, he has made a huge name for himself. And look at this, Vince. He is just calling, not raising. In my mind, that's a play that only about 2% of the players would make. Shows me they're not afraid to play a flop and play after the flop. And here he checks when it comes king 10 deuce with 2 clubs.
Yes, he does. Now, Johnny Fan may be a little nervous. He also checks with the king out there. Here comes the turn card, 4 clubs.
Amazing to me, John checked that flop. I smell something fishy here.
Amit now with the cinch flush draw and the aces is going to bet 230,000.
Amit in about as good a shape as you can be in. He's got the overpair and a higher flush draw. Here he's bet 230,000.
Maybe that check before is going to seduce John Fan into calling this.
I bet you notice John's sipping that champagne a little faster now here.
Bottoms up.
Well, he could be bottomed out of here if he's not careful.
Look at the Razor, very casual.
Well, Vince, I think it's tough to lay this hand down the way the hand was played. He's going to make the call.
Yes, yes. And that is a champagne splash right there.
Well, he continues to take swallows here, and you can't blame him. Big pot brewing right now between the chip leader and John Fan.
He's not going to like it. A 6 of diamonds on the river, helping neither player.
Action back on Amit. See how much he's going to bet this time.
500.
Going to bet $500,000.
I call.
Quickly called by John Fan.
Aces.
So Amit is going to take down a pot of over 1.8 million here to increase his chip lead. Oh boy, he better reload on the champagne. Gonna need another glass after that one.
There's nothing worse than when you're at a poker table and you're enjoying a beverage, an alcoholic beverage perhaps, and you go broke. Oh, it's just not fun.
Online poker is back in America. No purchase necessary. Play online poker for cash prizes with players across the U.S. Sit next to your favorite ambassadors like Phil Ivey, Brad Owen, Rampage, Wolfgang, and the rest of the WPT crew. Play tournaments and ring games to win real prizes and experiences, including free entries into next-level poker events in Las Vegas. Sign up at clubwptgold.com with promo code YouTube.
53, third place, 281. Action quickly goes to Zach, and he folds his hand.
Want to play a flop this time, John? I'll just call if you just check without looking. You don't want in, John?
Well, Amit says, let's play one in the dark. I'll call. I won't look. If you don't look, we'll see a flop.
Got a wired pair of 10s here.
Well, John didn't answer him. He's probably happy about it because he looks down and finds 2 10s.
That would be a great time to play in the dark.
300.
So now he's going to raise it.
Well, I thought you said just call. What happened?
I said that. You didn't answer. If you answered, I would have.
Huh?
I guess we know who's in charge.
And now John the Razor's got to take a peek. Ooh, 1 ace. And oh, pair of aces.
Grab the button. Do it again. Do it again to me, John.
Unbelievable. One blind picks up 2 10s. The other blind picks up 2 aces.
You shove this time, I'm probably going to be calling you.
Wow, Vince, now that sounded like a sincere response to me. If I was John Fan, I would shove after hearing that remark.
Well, usually when a person says one thing, he's meaning the other. John's trying to figure this one out. To get your money in now, you don't want to chase him away.
Well, John taking his time, trying to figure out how much to bet.
More than button, please.
Well, that's an all-in button he's asking for, so he is moving all in here. And Amit, like it said, quickly calls him. So here we go. Well, John Fan well out front here. He took forever to make that decision, Vince, with 2 aces.
Well, he's allowed to do that. That's what he does. He's allowed to do that. Anyway, right now, what an opportunity for John Fan. He can double up in a big way.
Ace deuce tray.
Well, John Fan with the best hand possible. Let's see if the aces will stand up.
Deuce tray hard. Ace deuce tray.
Well, the flop comes queen 9-7. John Fan out in front with the 2 aces.
And look at Amit. It's almost like he's melting away here.
Well, he's going to have to catch a 10 to make 3 10s. For 2 running cards to make it straight.
Can he get lucky? Not there. It's a 5 of clubs.
So we are down to the river. For Amit Makija to win this pot, he must catch a 10 on the river. He's got to make 30 miles. Flint to Saginaw. Let's see if he can do it.
If he spikes it, he'll be down to 2. He needs a miracle. Doesn't get it.
Nope, the 5 comes off. So John Fan has quickly become our chip leader at this final table. John Fan has doubled up. We still have 3 players. And Vince said he felt lucky. We're starting to see it now. Can he cross the finish line and take down his first WPT title?
That's not kid. How do you pick up aces? Man, that's so sick.
Vivek with about 5.9 million. The rest of them all with over 2.5 million.
Back to the table. Sang Kim quickly folding a pair of 3s. But maybe that's a good move because right behind him, Vivek with a pair of 10s here.
Oh.
Doesn't matter.
And he's going to raise.
He does raise it. Makes it 450,000 to go. Dan Heimiller looks down at a pair of 4s.
3 wired pairs here. What action? What cards we're seeing?
Well, Vince, he just got burned in the last pot, so he's steaming a little bit here. Well, Dan is going to make the call. You always like to see flops with small pairs and hope you flop that set. But look at this, Vince. In the blind, Mark Safe has picked up 2 aces.
How much is it?
This is a dream scenario, folks. One guy's raised, another guy's called. You're in the blind, you look down, you find 2 aces.
I'm going to raise.
So Mark Safe does announce raise with the 2 aces.
Yes, he does. He's got the mother of all poker hands. Jason still looking a little delirious, a little goofy. Goes away.
I'm sorry, I thought you already
goes away
raised.
before Mark can even get the raise out there, which is 900,000. Well, Jason just happy to see all this action going on. Maybe somebody will get broke.
Now it's back on Vivek.
Vince, he knows Mark is capable of raising in this spot with any 2 cards because Dan Heimiller did not come over the top of him. On the other hand, you have to be leery that your opponent's got at least an ace-king or aces, kings, or queens in this situation, but
3 million on top.
Vivek is not leery of that. He is re-raising 3 million more.
Oh, man.
And that is music to Mark Safe's ears. Dan Heimiller getting out of the way.
Oh, boy, this could be a 22-year-old belly flop here by Vivek.
Well, Mark Safe has got to love this, Vince.
Okay, just tell me what you started with. You said you started with what? 6 million?
6 million, 6.5.
These are the 2 chip leaders, folks. And believe me, Mark Safe is going to ship them here.
I'm all in.
I call.
He does go all in, and he's quickly called by Vivek. Mark pumps the fist, and the young 22-year-old has stubbed his toe, it looks like, Vince. Whichever one of these guys win this pot will be the massive chip leader at this final table.
He squeezes me and him with 10s. What am I supposed to do?
Well, Vivek said, what am I supposed to do? This guy's always raising.
So sick.
He's in a kiddie conference right now with his buddies here.
I want to see 5 cards before.
Well, Vince, he came to this final table as the big chip leader. He could go out in 5th place right now. So Mark Safe in the dream position to win over $12 million. 2 aces versus 2 10s. Here comes the flop. Oh, a 10 comes on the flop. Vivek has taken the lead.
Oh, 10!
He looks like a walking jack in the box as he's jumping up and down there. He's flopped 3 10s. And Mark Safe is just devastated. You can feel the dagger in his heart. He's got to catch an ace or a running king and a jack to make an ace-high straight to win this pot. Queen would also do it, but Mark Safe up against it right now.
You keep putting up goofy stuff.
In dire straits.
King, jack, ace.
He's still trying to be optimistic, but here comes a turn.
Well, a queen comes off. Now that means if another queen comes, Mark Safe would have the best hand with queens full of aces.
No matter what happens.
But as it is, he's got to catch an ace or a queen on the river, or his stack is going to be almost totally depleted.
Vivek can't look, burying his head in the sand. Here comes the river card.
Well, the 9 of diamonds comes off. So Vivek jumping for joy, and you can't blame him there.
This is so exciting. This is so exciting. This is so exciting.
But Vince, you got to feel the pain of Mark's safe. He took a dagger in the heart right there.
Wow.
Cards are in the air. Let's go watch him gamble.
Action's on our chip leader, Glenn Whitmer. He looks down at a pair of 7s.
120.
And Gramps is gonna raise it, makes it 120,000 to go. But right behind him, Ryan with the weapons of mass destruction, pair of aces.
I'll call.
Just gonna call.
Just calls, does not raise with the 2 aces.
You're not giving me too many hands
Now,
here.
this is a very dangerous play to limp in on the button with 2 aces because it entices the blinds to come in the pot as well. So now you got to beat more people with 2 aces. When you have big pairs, you usually want to limit the pot to you and one other player.
Well, Kathy has folded, but Gavin, you're right. Like he said, with just a 6-3, he's gonna make this call. Let's see what happens. Here's the flop.
And flop comes king 4-3 with 2 diamonds.
Gavin got a little piece of that.
250,000.
There you go, Ryan. That's 250,000. Now Gavin with 3s here.
Well, Gavin has flopped bottom pair. Also got a backdoor straight draw and a backdoor flush draw, and those things appeal to Gavin. He makes the call. Well, Grandpa lays down his 2 7s.
So Gavin Smith, WPT champion, up against the online pro Ryan Fissler with aces.
So here comes the turn card, the jack of clubs.
Didn't help Gavin, he checks.
800,000.
Well,
Ryan is going to bet 800,000 here. Gavin goes away.
Yep, says no mas. So that time, not playing the aces fast, kind of paid off.
Yeah. Looks down on an 8-6 and folds.
And Amnon going all in. He's got a pair of 9s.
Every player in the world will move all in with 2 9s in his spot right here. But unfortunately for him, Steve Sung has picked up 2 kings right behind him.
What a time to get the Cowboys. He could break his player on his right.
The question is, Vince, do you raise here now, or do you want to try to trap some of these blinds into coming in this pot as well? He's just going to call here with the 2 kings. Oh, this is unbelievable. Our chip leader, Justin Young, finds 2 aces in the small blind.
Incredible. The weapons of mass destruction when you need it the most.
How much you got left?
Well, an incredible scenario here. Well, Vince, this is what we call a cooler in the poker world. You get 3 big pairs like this out.
2.9.
Unbelievable.
Absolute nightmare. Justin saying, how much you got there, sucker, on my right?
I'm all in.
Well, Justin going all in with the 2 aces. Evan going out. Steve quickly calling. He is not going to like it. Unbelievable. Steve Sung must be thinking this is deja vu all over again. A year ago at our WPT final table in Spain, he found 2 kings. A guy in the blind found aces. He got knocked out there. Could be the same thing happening right now. Let's see. Well, in the history of the World Poker Tour, we've seen 2 or more players go out on the same hand on 3 occasions. Could it happen again tonight?
Well, what an opportunity for our chip leader, Justin Young, the former mechanical engineer. Stay tuned. We're coming back with the conclusion of this hand in just a moment here on the World Poker Tour. Back here on the World Poker Tour, and what a pot we are seeing. 3-way action, a couple all-ins. We have aces, kings, and 9s.
Well, an incredible scenario here. Our chip leader, Justin Young, has found 2 aces in the blind. Steve Sung all in with 2 kings. Amnon Philippi all in with 2 9s. And if 2 players are eliminated on the same hand, whoever started the pot with more chips gets the higher finishing position. That means if the 2 aces stand up, Amnon would finish in 5th place. Steve Sung would be our 4th place finisher.
Come on, baby.
Here's the flop. Will it be magical?
Well, it's 7-4-4.
Diamond. Put a diamond
Justin
on the
pumps his fist. He understands that the only way he can lose this pot is if a king or a 9 comes up. His wife Morgan holding her breath as well. What an opportunity for him to take a massive chip lead with 3 players left.
At least catch a 9. I'll finish 5th, dude.
Can it be this easy for Justin? He's got to sweat 2 more cards. Here's 4th Street.
Well, 3 of clubs comes off. We are down to the river.
King or 9. King or 9.
Steve needs a king to win the pot. Amnon wins a 9
King
to
or
win the
9.
pot.
Let's go.
Anything
King or
else, and Justin Young will be a whopping chip leader with 3 players left.
King or 9.
Yeah, so far he is walking through the daisy patch. Everything just fine, with a huge opportunity of knocking out 2 fine players. River card coming up.
Jack comes off.
He's done it.
So the 2 guys that are making their 3rd WPT final table appearance go out on the same hand. Amnon Philippi, our 5th place finisher. Steve Sung is going to be our 4th place finisher.
That's right, Steve Sung going to pick up close to $400,000, and this puts him over $1 million on the World Poker Tour. He is the 99th WPT Poker Made millionaire.
Online poker is back in America. No purchase necessary. Play online poker for cash prizes with players across the U.S. Sit next to your favorite ambassadors like Phil Ivey, Brad Owen, Rampage, Wolfgang, and the rest of the WPT crew. Play tournaments and ring games to win real prizes and experiences, including free entries into next-level poker events in Las Vegas. Sign up at clubwptgold.com with promo code YouTube.
Guys go down and play on the Asian Poker Tour, so they're here rooting for their man Tom Hall.
All right, quick call by Freddie Deeb. Actually, a raise by Freddie Deeb with just King 3. Makes it 120,000 to go.
We're playing that high? I didn't know we're playing that high.
Now it's on JJ Tavares, who looks down, and this time he actually has a very good hand, Ace Queen.
If I lose with this hand. Wow.
Well, he's played every pot so
keep on
far.
getting
That
big
with a
hands.
Jack 5 offsuit and a 7 deuce offsuit, so certainly you think he's going to play Ace Queen.
JJ in the eye of the storm here. Won those glasses at a seniors raffle.
I'm all in.
There you go, JJ.
Well, he's going all in over the top of Freddie Deeb here. But he is not going to like it. Look at this. Right behind him, the actor, Nicholas Gonzalez, has picked up 2 aces.
The Barack Obamas of poker hands.
Give Nick credit. He waited until he got all his chips out there before he's going to make his move, though.
What a time to...
Well, he goes all in as well.
Of course he does.
And the crowd cheers.
Oh, Tom Hall out. Otavio not playing.
WPT champ Scott Clements, he folds, and the other WPT champ Freddie Deeb, who raised originally with a King 3.
You guys want a 3-way action pot?
Yes, yes.
Now Freddie's talking a little BS like JJ.
I can't do it.
Show your hand.
No.
Freddie out. What a car wreck here for JJ. And they turn up the hands. What a cold deck.
Well, hell, it's 2 aces versus Ace Queen. Nicholas well over a 90% favorite to win this pot. It's almost like JJ's being punished for the way he was trash talking and speeding on the first 2 hands he played. Now he's picked up a hand, but he is completely dominated.
He should have been rewarded. I like his table talk. He's a man from the LA area. Can he get lucky?
Well, hey, he drew a straight draw here.
He did.
Yeah, black king, please.
A king is going to give him the best hand.
And that would be a horrendous thing to happen to Nicholas Gonzalez. Here comes the turn card.
Well, a jack comes off, so Nicholas out in front with aces and jacks. JJ Tavares must catch a king to stay alive in this tournament.
And the local rounder down to his last card. Can he get lucky?
Here comes the river card. It's a 9 of spades. So the big name that JJ Tavares was hoping to make for himself by winning this tournament goes up in smoke as he is our 6th place finisher. I think he hit the nail on the head here. Kathy is the most experienced player at the table, and look at this. She just made a straight and now comes right back the next hand and picks up the bullets. She's got 2 aces, King Kong.
Oh. Barack Obama of poker hands. What a hand, and she's going to make it 36,000 to go. Chris going out. But Thao Lee in trouble here. He's got the ladies, pair of queens.
Oh boy, is he ever in trouble, Vince. This a powerful hand and no limit hold'em. Only 2 hands can beat it. Unfortunately for Thao, Kathy's got one of them. But he just calls. Vince does not raise with the 2 queens.
Maybe he'll save some money. Steve Brecker going away.
Thao acting like he's grimacing here. He just doesn't want to see an ace or a king on the flop. Oh, the flop has come deuce, deuce, 5. And this is a flop that is going to get Thao in serious trouble, Vince.
Well, he's checking, probably to check raise. Kathy betting with the aces, 40,000.
I just can't see anybody getting away from 2 queens in this situation. I'm very surprised if he doesn't raise here, but he doesn't. He just makes the call here.
He's getting cheap so far.
Unbelievable.
It is.
He hasn't raised before the flop or on the flop, but a 6 comes off.
Action once again on Thao, but this time it looks like he's getting chips ready.
He's playing this hand very uniquely, Vince. He didn't raise before the flop. He didn't raise on the flop when it come 5 deuce deuce. Now he's leading out and betting the 2 queens. 80,000.
Thao is 28 years old. He's an amateur player, but plays here at the Bay 101 all the time. He's a local with an opportunity of a lifetime. What's Kathy going to do?
Now, she's not going to put him on a 3-4, Vince. Just never going to believe he's going to call a raise before the flop with a 3 or 4 to make a straight here. So she's going to come right over the top of him. 230,000 to bet.
Going to try to punish Thao.
She's going to hope that he's got just what he's got. Some kind of overpair here where he can't get away from this hand.
Who could lay this down?
This would be an incredible laydown if he could make it.
All in.
Ooh.
Well, he's gone all in.
I call.
Kathy quickly calls.
Yep, the smiling bandit has called.
Oh, well, Thao Lee in dire straits right here. He got in this tournament on a $100 satellite, and to stick around and continue playing for that $1 million first place prize, he's got to hit lightning in the jug on the river, must catch a queen, a lucky lady against the lady. Yep. Can he do it?
Amateur player, his poker life on the line right now. Can Thao get lucky? Here's the river card. No, it's a 7 of hearts, and that's going to wrap it up.
Well, Vince, you can't blame a guy for getting broke with 2 queens when a flop comes like that, but Thao Lee out tonight in 5th place.